I really want to talk to you about saving a very special cave. It's been featured in Water's Journey, which is a documentary by Wes Skiles. It's shown in almost every public school here in Florida. I'm talking about Alachua Sink, or as it's called today, Mill Creek Sink. The cave system here has over 8,000 feet of surveyed and mapped passage, with depths to 220 feet, and some of the rooms are 90 feet high from the bottom to the top. We were surprised when we did a photo shoot here, and we were to suspend some lights from the ceiling. And it's like the ceiling just kept going and going and going. It ended up being 62 feet deep. We'd started our photo shoot at 147. So a huge difference. Big rooms, big passage. Right now, this cave system is being threatened by development. There's a plan to build 1,100 housing units over the top of the cave. If we do nothing, more than 1,100 houses will be built. But by acting together, we can shape the future and save our cave. The National Speleological Society owns the land as a reserve around this particular sink. It's a unique geologic feature, and it's one of the most special geologic features in our county, in Alachua County, if not North Central Florida. Because behind this wall, where the sink is located, there's what's called a swallette. That's where the creek disappears underground, comes through a tunnel, runs through this sink that you see behind me, and into the cave system. It's joined in the cave system by another branch of the cave that extends for thousands of feet and goes under a Lowe's warehouse store. Across the highway from where this is located, there was plans 15 years ago to build a Walmart. And the cave diving community rose up, created an outcry, and said this is a bad idea. And as of today, there is no Walmart and no plans for a Walmart across the highway from here. And yet the city of Alachua has felt it is prudent to go ahead and build above the upstream portion of the cave. We think that's wrong. The first step that you can do is send an email to the city commissioners of the city of Alachua and let them know how bad of an idea this is. You can keep it really brief and simple. Perhaps your subject line reads, "Save Mill Creek Sink, say no to Tara." In the body of your email, you could provide more detail, and yet it could only be one sentence. You can say as much or as little as you like. There was a dye trace study that was done here in 2005. They poured dye into this sink behind me, and they found that 7 to 12 days later, the dye showed up 7 miles from here in Hornsby Spring. That dye was still present as much as 154 days later. Anything that dumps into this system is going to impact every well between here and Hornsby Spring on the Santa Fe River. That's all of the north side of High Springs. It's important to copy us on your emails, and you can do that with a CC or a BCC. The email address to copy to is floridacaves@gmail.com. The reason this is important is because the city clerk's office at the city of Alachua is not always accurate in getting the documents that have been sent in transmitted to the appropriate people, being the planning department, the planning and zoning board, and the city commission. And we want to ensure that we have the ability to print off copies and hand deliver them to those entities, so they become part of the public record. Your voice matters, your email matters. Let's work together to save Mill Creek Sink.